All right, guys. I'm Mrs. Applegarth, and this is um, your lesson for Tuesday. We're going to look at Chapter 1, Section 3. We're talking about the weekly time card. Right, I do want you to write the lesson objective. It's important to know as you are learning new information what is the reason we're learning or what we're trying to accomplish. So please write down this lesson objective. We are going to calculate the total hours on a weekly time card. And I know this seems like, duh, Miss Albert, we've been doing time since kindergarten. But there's some nuances that may be different for you guys, especially as um, knowing what your time card expectations are from your employers is really important. It's important because just like Hillary here, we want to know what your income is going to be, whether that's for budgeting purposes to make sure that whoever is writing the check for you is giving you the right amount. Believe it or not, there's mistakes can be made, and especially on paychecks where this is your livelihood, you want to make sure that you're getting paid what you need to get paid and feel comfortable asking questions to your employer as to why certain things are. It is not a case where you're just missing something and will be completely oblivious. It's okay to ask, can you explain this paycheck to me? I don't know where this number is coming from. So we're going to take a look at time cards. For Hillary, she works at the cinema. She's required, no, she works at the background shop. We're going to get a job at the movies because the movies just open back up. We have to keep track of our hours on a weekly time card. This is a daily record of the time you report to work and the time you depart. You compute the hours you worked each day. At the end of the week, you add the number of daily hours to find the total number of hours that you worked. If you do not work an entire hour, round your time to the nearest quarter of an hour. If you do not work an entire hour, round your time to the nearest quarter of an hour. To compute the number of hours you worked in a week, write this formula down. Total hours is equal to the sum, which is all of them added together, of daily hours. So we're going to take the hours we worked each day and add them all together. If you're watching this video and you need more time so that you can write things down, remember everything highlighted in yellow needs to be written in your notes to get credit. You can also type this on your Google Slides for this week's assignment. So if you prefer typing, you may type it. Everything here is pretty typable. Okay. So for example, Gail is going to keep a weekly time card based on, or we're going to look at Gail's time card. It's right here. And we're going to calculate her daily hours on the 18th, which is right here. And we're going to find her total hours for the week. So I use the finger method. I count on my fingers. They have like, the book has a way where you add 12 if you're morning and then afternoon, but I just count. I will be making dots so that we can keep track of my counting. So 8:15 to 9:15 is 1 hour. 9:15 to 10:15 is 2 hours. 10:15 to 11:15 is 3 hours. So 9:15, 10:15, 11:15. 12:15 is 4 hours. 1:15 is 5 hours. So, and then I can't do another hour because now we're at 1:45. So we ended at 1:15. So I just counted up the hours. So now I'm in 1 o'clock. So the time between 1:15 to 1:45. So 45 minus 15 is 30. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours and 30 minutes, or 5.5 hours. Those of you guys who took notes last week, you wrote this down, but I'm going to, just because you guys are going to need it for your chapter 1 test. So just remember 0.00, sorry, try this, 0 minutes, 0.25 is 15 minutes, 0.50 is 30 minutes. And if you guys don't have this written down, you do need to, this is super valuable. 0.75 is 45 minutes. And let me write the fractions down as well. This is 0, so it's nothing. 0.25 is 15 minutes. It's 1/4 of an hour. It's what we call a quarter of an hour. 0.50 is 30 minutes. That's 1/2. 0.75 is 45 minutes. That's 3/4. Okay. So from 8:15 to 1:45, that's 5.5 hours. Then we have a little lunch break right here. Woohoo, I love a little lunch break for a half hour. So now we start counting again. So it's 2:15 to 3:15, 3:15 to 4:15, and oh, nope. Now I have 4:59. So I don't go all the way to 5:15. So if you want to do a calculator so that you don't have to write it, so you go 59 minus 15 is 44 minutes. So it's 2 hours, because it's 2 dots, and 44 minutes. 2 hours, 44 minutes. And this is the reason we wrote this down, because you look, oh yeah, 45 minutes is like 0.75. So it's 2.75. So first part of our shift, we worked 5.5 hours. Second part of our shift, we worked 2.75. So total, when we add those two together, because remember it did say round to the nearest quarter of an hour. So 5.5, and we can do that with a calculator. 5.5 plus 2.75 is 8.25. Remember, 0.25 is 1/4. I am completely happy if you wrote this as 8.25. But I'm going to come up here and write this as 8.25 and this is 7.5. Because I don't know, it's convoluted to kind of put that in your calculator as 1/4 and 1/2 and 1/4. Okay, we are going to also calculate the total hours for the week. So we are going to add 8, 8.25, because remember 1/4 is 0.25. 7.5, because 1/2 is 0.5, and 8.25 all together with this 8. So let me show you how that looks in the calculator. So we have 8 plus 8.25 plus 7.5 plus 8.25 plus 8. Boom. And we got 40 hours. Getting our full-time pay. Hey, hey. Okay. So I did the work on the time card here. So if you guys are looking at step 1, if you wrote all this down here on your time card, you're going to have everything you need for step 1 and step 2. So just to recap, we found that this was 5.5 hours, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Total hours. So if you guys already wrote it on the previous page, you don't have to write this down. But if you didn't, then this get these numbers filled in yours. And then we added all these together. The reason, because if you look, I don't like all these fractions, so that's why I put it as decimals and put it in my calculator, because this is a rough process. So we added all the hours from each day together. When we do that, we got 40 hours total. All right, let's do some concept checks. Our buddy Reggie worked from 8 a.m. to 10:45, and then from 12:15 to 4:15. So if you count, I'll put the dots so that you guys can see. 8 to 9 is an hour. 9 to 10 is an hour, and we don't get all the way to 10:45. So how many minutes is from 10 o'clock to 10:45? Oh, that's 45 minutes. So the first piece of this was 2 hours and 45 minutes. If we look back at our little chart right here, 45 minutes is 3/4 or 0.75. I'm going to use the 0.75 because I like that in my calculator a little bit better. So 2 hours and 45 minutes is 2.75. And then we come back from lunch at 12:15 and we work from 12:15 to 4:15, and I can count that super easy. 12:15, 1:15, 2:15, 3:15, 4:15. So that's a total of 4 hours for that second part. So I'm going to add the 2.75 plus the 4 hours, and that gives me 6.75 hours total. All right, let's look at Ruth. She worked from 7:30 to 11:55 and from 1 p.m. to 4:55. So 7:30 to 11:55, I'm just gonna do my little marks. So 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, and then I kind of run out here. So it's less than an hour. So we have a total of 4 hours. And then 55 minus 30 is 25 minutes. So 4 hours and 25 minutes, we are supposed to round to the nearest quarter of an hour. So 25 is closest to 30 minutes. So that's why we use the 0.5. Okay, the next one is from 1 p.m. to 4:50. So 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., and then we run out of time. So we ended at 4 o'clock. So we have 50 minutes. And then we take a look at our little chart and we say 50 minutes is kind of closer to 45 than it is to 60. So we're going to go 0.75. So that ends up being 3 hours, 50 minutes, or 3.75. So we're going to add the 450 plus the 3.75. Boom. And we get 8.25 hours total. All right, I want you guys to go and do this practice on your own. Oh, these yellow boxes, fill them out. And you guys, no judgment if you use your fingers to count the hours, because I want you guys to get the right answer, and I use my fingers to count the hours. So there. All right, thank you guys. The secret phrase is gonna be time. So the secret phrase here is gonna be the word time. Right here, time. Okay, so that's only if you miss this class and need to make up the time. All right, you guys, go ahead and do the practice. And I will see you back on Thursday.